In this grocery haul video, I'm going to go over all of the foods that I bought for this week for the purposes of anti-aging. Everything that I bought here is from Whole Foods and some things are from the farmer's market, but I bought all of these foods for this week and maybe even into next week for the purposes of just supporting skin integrity, youthfulness, as well as overall vitality. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting from the left to the right, we have our produce. I love these sugar bombs. I think these are new at Whole Foods, or at least I've never seen them before until now. These are so good. These are still on the vine. So tomatoes are really high in lycopene, which is a carotenoid. Now plant-based carotenoids, they aren't readily utilized by the body, but most people can convert it into a readily utilized form. Lycopene has been shown to provide significant protection against the damaging effects of the sun. It provides a sort of like barrier for your skin against oxidative damage from the sun, which may help to prevent certain signs of skin aging associated with UV being the primary driver of skin aging. And I just adore tomatoes. I think I eat them every single day. I also have here broccoli florets. I got a 2-pound bag of broccoli florets. And broccoli, I've mentioned broccoli numerous times on my channel, but broccoli is super high in vitamin C. It's high in vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 helps to regulate, along with vitamin D3, regulate the appropriate amount of calcium in the bones and out of the arteries. Also, broccoli, as well as broccoli sprouts, even more so, is high in sulforaphane. Sulforaphane does a few things for anti-aging. First, it can activate the NRF2 pathway, which can help to increase endogenous antioxidants in the body that help to tamper down, fight free radical damage that attack the skin, that attack the collagen. So it provides some skin boosting protection there. Sulforaphane also helps to increase melatonin production. Melatonin is a powerful antioxidant-rich neurohormone produced by your brain, and it helps you sleep. Of course, you might have taken melatonin to help you sleep, but your body also produces it, and you can increase that by increasing your level or intake level of sulforaphane potentially. So I do that because melatonin is a powerful antioxidant as well. And it has been shown to protect the skin against UV, or the damaging effects of UV, the aging effects of UV. So I try to incorporate broccoli and broccoli sprouts as much as possible. This isn't organic, but this definitely will keep me busy for at least a week and a half, because I like to eat these raw with hummus, or also just steam them for lunches throughout the week. I got some organic carrots. I got what is this, a 2-pound bag? Yeah, this is a 2-pound bag of organic carrots. The carrots are another source of those plant-based carotenoids, vitamin A, alpha carotene, beta carotene, which again, the body can still utilize, barring any sort of like genetic mutation. Your body can still convert it and utilize it to a good degree. If you eat these plant-based carotenoids in the presence of fat and you cook them as well, that just increases the bioavailability of the carotenoids for your body. But beta carotene is another like barrier to oxidative damage, free radical damage from the sun, as well as pollutants in the environment. So it can be very beneficial in that regard. And I eat this with I was eating this with like almond butter and nut butters, but those are pretty high in omega-6s, pro-inflammatory omega-6s, which I'm trying to reduce. So I've been using this in hummus, which arguably also has omega-6s, as well as just sprinkling it in salads. I really love incorporating carrots as much as possible. We got these strawberries at the farmer's market. Strawberries are a little bit higher in sugar than I would like, at least compared with things like blueberries, but these are also really high in antioxidants, and I just love the look of these. And this container, this glass or ceramic container, is from Crate & Barrel, and it really keeps the berries looking nice and like farmy. I really love that. Got some triple washed organic baby spinach. This is a pound of baby spinach. Baby spinach high in vitamin K2, like I said, for the broccoli, good source of vitamin A, plant-based carotenoids as well. And I just like just to include a variety of carotenoids, both plant-based as well as animal-based, because your body can ultimately use all of them, barring, again, any genetic mutations. And I try to include a diversity, sort of like a blanket of, different carotenoids, just so I can give my body a chance to utilize as much as possible. I usually eat this raw, and I know people are going to be screaming oxalates in the comments, but I typically eat these raw in like a green smoothie. I break it down in a Vitamix and it works really well for me. Sometimes I will steam it for lunch or saute it for lunch, and it cooks down significantly. So I try to just do raw whenever I can. I got some bananas, and these bananas, they were green earlier, but now they turned yellow really, really quick. The bananas were green, but lately I've been trying to increase my consumption of the green bananas, even though they're not my favorite, to be honest. The green bananas have more resistant starch, and resistant starch is really good at feeding the good, healthy bacteria in your gut and the probiotic bacteria in your gut, which has a significant role in the skin microbiome, which provides another added layer of protection against the environmental triggers that age the skin, that attack the skin, that degrade, not only cause wrinkles and fine lines, but also that attack the hydration in the skin. So having like resistant starch and fiber in your diet that can help to boost the level of probiotics and good bacteria in your gut may have significant roles in just protecting and improving your overall skin barrier function. Got a red onion as usual. Onions, like raw onions, especially these red onions, contain a good source of quercetin, which is a polyphenol, fantastic for anti-aging. There are some studies suggesting that quercetin can help to tamper down on skin cell senescence, which is implicated in skin aging. I tend to just like chop this up and use maybe a quarter to a half every day. I tend to use just like a quarter every day. Maybe I'll eat it raw in a salad, or I'll steam it or saute it for lunch or for dinner. I also got a sweet potato. This is a red sweet potato. Sweet potatoes, another plant-based source of carotenoids. I just love sweet potatoes. They are somewhat high in sugar, but I tend to add them again with like olive oil and fat and protein and things like that to help to reduce that glycemic index. And sweet potatoes are also anti-inflammatory, which I love. And I have been baking these in the oven. I chop them into like really small cubes, and then I roast them in olive oil, salt, pepper. It's delicious. Got some avocados, of course. I got about 4 ones in the refrigerator because it's kind of soft. Avocados, you know that I love avocados if you've been watching my channel for a while. I love avocados for, not only the taste, but also because of its high amount of monounsaturated fat. Monounsaturated fat is like healthy fat. It's good for your heart, good for your cardiovascular system, but it's also fantastic for your skin. It has some antioxidant, anti-inflammatory capabilities for your skin. There was a study that I saw a few months ago, and it was a small study of women who ate an avocado every single day for about 8 weeks, and after the 8 weeks, it showed that there was an association between the consumption of the avocado every single day with improved skin tonicity, improved elasticity, reduction in fine lines and wrinkles, a reversal of photo damage and photo aging. But I love avocados. I put half of an avocado maybe in a green smoothie, or I'll put it in a salad, or I'll mix it with my sardines. So I eat like half of an avocado to 1 full avocado every single day. I also got some blueberries. Blueberries high in anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are fantastic antioxidant rich compounds that can fight that oxidative damage associated with pollutants in the environment, as well as ozone and UV that age the skin. So I always try to incorporate blueberries into my diet as much as possible. They're also really, really low in sugar compared with other fruits, and it's just like a low sugar, antioxidant rich source of polyphenols and anthocyanins, antioxidants. I was putting this in my oatmeal, but I'm starting to like kind of pull back a little from the oatmeal. But yeah, I like to put these in oatmeal. I like to put these in like a simple dessert where I mix it in a bowl of dark chocolate and walnuts, which again are high in those omega-6s, but kind of high in ALAs. But I really like blueberries. I think they are tasty. Got some pasture raised large brown grade eggs. I love getting my protein from eggs. It's such a simple protein source. Eggs are a really good source of protein. Like I mentioned, they're also great sources of animal-based carotenoids like lutein, zeaxanthin, some other ones. Retinol is really great for increasing collagen synthesis in the skin, protecting the skin against the enzymes that degrade collagen that are induced by UVA, mainly the matrix metalloproteinase enzymes. And it's just a really good source of those animal-based carotenoids that the body can utilize readily and help to protect your skin against the oxidative damage that drives skin aging, as well as inflammation. So I had 3 eggs this morning, and I try to incorporate that into my diet as much as possible. I was gonna make hummus this week because I have the ingredients, but I just bought some original hummus from the store, like store-bought. Not as good as homemade, but it'll get the job done. I also at the farmer's market got some beef liver. This is frozen beef liver from pasture raised cows from a local farm. And I've been trying to incorporate this into my diet slowly but surely. I need to find some good recipes. If you have any good recipes for beef liver, let me know. So I'm trying to reduce my omega-6s, and somebody in the comments here on YouTube said that macadamia nuts are low in omega-6s compared with other nuts and seeds, and I looked it up and it's true. It's significantly low in omega-6s. Does anybody like macadamia nuts? So I've been doing these macadamia nuts for the past day or so since I've gotten them, and I got my groceries yesterday, but I've been trying to reduce my consumption of pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, because part of my dry eyes is, and I've talked about this previously, is the inflammation. There's inflammation implicated in dry eyes as well as skin aging. But pro-inflammatory omega-6s, especially if you're eating a lot of these nuts and seed products, those are going to override any omega-3s that you're getting if you're not keeping a good balance. Lately, I've been trying to do a 1-to-1 balance of omega-3s to omega-6s, which seems to only be possible by supplementing and eating fish on like 3 to 4 times a week. But yeah, I have a video coming out soon on how I've been able to really up my omega-3s and keep a good balance of omega-6s and omega-3s, and a lot of it has been down to just reducing and ultimately eliminating nut and seed products from my diet, as well as, I don't eat seed oils or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about that. But that's sort of where I'm at with that. I've been snacking on them. I already opened them, as you can see. Got some allulose sweetener, and I already opened this. I baked some black bean brownies with this. This is really delicious. The allulose is basically a 0-calorie sweetener. It doesn't raise blood sugar, and I use it occasionally for baking. I don't really use a lot of sugar alcohols for baking or like cooking. I try to not rely on them a ton, but I do like allulose. I think it's like one of my favorite sweeteners thus far. My favorite like low calorie, 0-calorie, no glycemic sweeteners. And I use this 1-to-1. I think it's supposed to be more. I think you're supposed to use a little bit more than 1-to-1, but I tend to use it 1-to-1 and it works just fine. And I got some ground flaxseed, and I know what people are gonna say. I don't care, YOLO. I just buy the ground flaxseed because it's more convenient for me, and I put it in the freezer to keep it fresh. I used to buy the whole, but it's just, it takes too much time to grind it every single day. And the flaxseed, high in omega-3s, plant-based omega-3s, ALA basically, which your body has, it converts to EPA and DHA to a small degree, but your body can still utilize ALA. It's still anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, provides some protection for your skin. I'm using it just sort of like my overall approach to omega-3s. I don't really count that typically toward my omega-3s just because, again, the body has a hard time converting it to those more readily usable sources that provide those benefits for the brain, for the skin, for the eyes. So I try to, not necessarily rely on the flaxseed or chia seeds, things like that for omega-3s, but they're still a good source of anti-inflammatory compounds. I rely on this for like fiber as well as protein. And of course, got some chocolate. Jacob picked up the Mint Blackout by Alter Eco, 90% cacao. And I also got the 100% cacao. Of course, the Alter Eco, somebody said on my YouTube channel that in one of my lives that the Alter Eco has tested high for heavy metals. If you don't know, chocolate can test high for heavy metals like lead and cadmium. So not necessarily great for you, but the cacao polyphenols, if you can find a good source that tests for I think Navita's Organics has a lower amount of those heavy metals. Cacao polyphenols is a fantastic anti-aging like compounds. It's been studied extensively, and there's been some studies suggesting that those polyphenols can help to increase collagen production and protection, as well as improve elasticity in the skin and reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Also, I picked up some more protein powders, and because these are on sale, and these are plant-based protein powders. And of course, plant-based protein powders like pea protein powder is a good source of amino acids as well. I think it's kind of a little bit low in methionine, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it does have all the essential amino acids in there. So this is the Cost Superfood Plant Protein. This is chocolate. I got the Master Blend Mushrooms and Adaptogens. I think this is also, is this pea protein? I hope it's pea protein. I actually didn't look at it too closely. Looks like mushroom powder, cordyceps. Oh, this has ashwagandha in here too. This is creamy vanilla. I thought I would just try that. I prefer chocolate though. And some Master Blend chocolate version. So it contains 250 milligrams of ashwagandha. That's actually a great adaptogen. So if you're trying to reduce your stress and anxiety, that can be helpful. Cheese is somewhat high in advanced glycation in products. So hopefully my rich antioxidant diet can help to counteract that. Because if you're going to eat foods that are high in advanced glycation in products like cheese or charred meats, then it's really beneficial to include in that meal some source of antioxidants, maybe even the rest of the meal being antioxidant rich, like a salad that contains different superfoods on it. Just making sure, because those antioxidants can combat glycation to a certain degree. So I'm looking forward to trying these. These actually look really interesting. I never heard of the Dubliner. It's aged cheese with a distinctive taste and a natural hint of sweetness. It's imported from Ireland, so that's pretty interesting. I don't think it's raw. Is this raw? Reserved cheddar. Distinctly sharp and rich cheddar aged for over 2 years. Wow, that's impressive. And I also picked up some new collagen peptides. This is the Vital Proteins brand. Collagen protein, some people say it doesn't work, some people say it does work. There are small studies to date showing that there are benefits to consumption of collagen peptides in terms of increasing collagen in the skin and also improving hydration in the skin. And the reason why I got the chocolate version is because I have the original version as well, but it's not very tasty. The chocolate version is so much better, and I can blend this into like almond milk or oat milk and in like cold oat milk, and it will blend down sufficiently and effectively, and it's so sweet. It's grass-fed and it's sweetened with stevia. It's so delicious. So I've been using collagen peptides for about I would have to say 3-ish months, and I really just it's an easy source of protein for me. I really like the chocolate version. It's delicious. I prefer this collagen peptide protein powder, even if it doesn't necessarily do anything, but it does provide a good source of amino acids and protein, so I love that. And I picked up some more canned fish. I love my Wild Sardines by Henry and Lisa's. This contains about 45% of your daily value of calcium. I also got some in olive oil. This is the Wild Planet in extra virgin olive oil. And I actually have been digging this quite lately, but usually I just get the ones in water. Similarly, I also got some Alaskan red salmon in a can. And I know it's like in a can, so it's probably not the healthiest, but this is wild caught Alaska red sockeye salmon with the bone and the skin included. I actually really like this. I put this on salads, or you could also make like salmon croquettes or salmon patties with this. I don't know what you could use for the breading that would be healthy, but that's sort of like at your discretion. I really do like getting this because it's a lot more convenient than getting fresh wild caught. And yeah, the fish that I eat, the sardines that I eat, they are in cans, granted, it's just so much more convenient. And the sardines contain a high source of the DHA, the EPA, those omega-3 fatty acids that go a long way in just lubricating the skin and protecting the skin against the oxidative damage associated with pollutants, UV, environmental triggers in the environment that can contribute to skin aging. Always make sure to get the sardines with the skin and the bones, because that's going to provide the omega-3s and the calcium respectively. So I try to incorporate that as much as possible. I do think it provides some lubrication for like the eyes and the skin and the hair, and I really do believe in the power of fish. If you like fish, hopefully you do, because sardines are delicious. I love salmon. I love tuna. That's somewhat high in mercury, but sardines are lower in mercury just because they're younger and they're smaller, so they haven't had as much time to accumulate all that mercury. I picked up this new plant-based oat milk, and this had a coupon on it, but the register person didn't see it. But this doesn't have any gums or thickeners. It doesn't have any oils, no phosphates, which is cool. It's just water, oats, and 4 vitamins. Oh, it has vitamin D3. I didn't see that. B12, salt, and calcium. Interesting. I can't wait to dig into this and see what it's like. I wonder how thin this is because it doesn't have any gums or like any sweeteners. So, and it's unsweetened, so that's something that I really look into. And of course, I got some more unsweetened almond chocolate almond milk. I really like this for a dessert. And granted, it's not like health promoting necessarily, but it's definitely healthier than like regular sugar sweetened chocolate almond milk. And there you have it. There's everything that I bought for this week and a little bit beyond this week for the purposes of anti-aging. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below if you want to see more videos like this, just so I know that I should continue making grocery hauls like this in the future. If you aren't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And until the next video, in the meantime, I hope you have a good one. Thanks for watching.